But I need to put this out there and put this out there right now. The white Jews that you and I have honored and been taught all these years are God's chosen people is an absolute lie. They are imposters. They are fake. They are descendants of the Romans that rose up into power in between the New Testament and the Old Testament that we as Christians believe was the Dark Ages. But God was
But
speaking.
I want to give you a brief history on slavery. I was just amazed, I got to tell you. I mean, when you come to America and you talk to people about slavery, you can talk to black people about slavery, white people about slavery, and they'll give you all this history on slavery, and it only goes back to the 16th and the 17th century.
Why they only
And you're
teach
like,
slavery
don't they
from the
teach you
16th century?
The history of slavery? Why? Ask the bloody question. Why are they only teaching you the history of slavery as far back as the 16th
Why?
and the 17th century? Why are they only going that far back? Because they don't want you to go farther back than that. Because then you'll actually find out the truth. But from the 16th and 17th century, we'll teach you about slavery.
What truth?
You've got to go further back. And you've got to understand and question, why do they do this throughout the whole of America, in all the public schools? Why do they only go back as far as the 16th and the 17th century to talk about slavery? We've got to go further back than that. Because Islam designed infernal slavery. And then the Ashkenazi Khazars, those who say they are Jews and are not, are the ones that marketed it. And the regal Negro nomads exiled from the kingdom of Judah were the main recipients of it at the hands of the indigenous black Africans. Because you've got to understand, the regal class of the house of Judah came down from Israel.
The kingdom of Judah
and they came into the land of the black Africans. And the black Africans resented the regal class of the house of Judah in their land because they had laws, they had customs, they had civility. And they were a regal class of Negro that came down into Africa. And later on, it was the Ashkenazi, the Islamic slave traders as well, that then worked together with the indigenous black Africans to enslave the regal house.
I'm sometimes asked, how do you know for sure that the Ethiopian Jews who are black are really Jewish? And sometimes I feel like answering, well, perhaps they're even more Jewish by their origins than us white folks. Because these people go back in history in an authentic way for thousands.
An accurate depiction of what Jesus Christ really looked like according to the Bible. A black man with woolly hair who had feet the color of fine brass as if they had burned in a fire. And of course, we all know that your body is the same color as your feet. This is when you take bronze like a penny and you set it on fire. Just like anything you set on fire, it turns black. Not this. This picture is a lie. It is not Jesus Christ. This is Cesare Borgia, son of Pope Alexander VI. So this man depicted as Christ was actually a murderer. He murdered his brother and he slept with his sister and he was a homosexual. Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo had a competition sanctioned by the king, Pope Alexander, to have this competition of who could depict him as Christ to deceive the whole world during the Renaissance era. So I say again, this picture right here was actually drawn and sketched by a priest and officer, Itazab, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is an accurate depiction of what Jesus Christ really looked like according to the scriptures in the King James 1611 version of the Bible, the most accurate translation.